in Colorado. The Giants do salvage the series in a massive, massive way. 19-6, the final. You heard it there. You got Adames getting the grand salami. You had Jung Hoo Lee with 5 hits yesterday. You had Bryce Eldridge with 4 hits and a home run. Hey, yesterday, Joe, was a good day at least. I know the season in totality has not been very fun. I know they lost the series. But yesterday potentially could provide a blueprint of what this team could do the rest of the season. Not saying they're going to score 19 runs, but you saw Casey Schmitt batting leadoff. You saw this new kid, Jonah Cox, making the jump from AA all the way to the big leagues. He gets his first big league knock yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Obviously, I mentioned Jung Hoo Lee. I mentioned Bryce Eldridge, the young guys, Jesus Rodriguez. You got Drew Gilbert in there. Hey, let the young guys play. Let's go. Let's go. What are we doing?
Losing 2 of 3 from the Rockies.
Hey, we're not going to worry about that, all right? Positive vibes only on a Monday.
Yesterday was the template of what you want if you're a Giants fan moving forward. And, I think that Jung Hoo Lee's return was obviously a huge boost. Look, is Jung Hoo Lee a great ball player? Nah.
I don't know what he is.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, but he's a giant upgrade from whatever you had prior.
Correct.
Right? And so I think that's kind of to give you an idea of where they were in the outfield. And then, Casey Schmitt defensively, a couple of lapses in left field. And you're seeing yesterday, I thought it was the Bryce Eldridge day. 4 hits. For him to have a 4-hit game, you could say, it's the Coors effect. Well, then I don't think you've been paying attention the last week because he's played 7 days in a row. And clearly the at-bat quality, whether it's in Coors Field, whether it's in Arizona, whether it's at AT&T Park, it does not matter. We could play in Antarctica.
Oh.
This guy's at-bats have been significantly better since he started playing every single day. I need to get him a start at first base defensively.
Glad you brought that up. Last 7 games in particular, as you just mentioned, Joe, 22 at-bats. He's batting .409, on-base percentage of .500. And he's slugging .773 right there with 9 hits in a jack, as you mentioned. And it's the walks for me. In that span, he has 5 walks.
Yeah, the most on the team.
He's just seeing the ball very, very well right now. And we're starting to see the promise of what, Giants fans thought this kid could be. It's early. We don't know what he's 21, for God's sakes. Can we back off of him for a little bit?
No, we need to move him up in the order, not back off of him.
No. But I'm saying we were crushing this kid for how long? For months.
I wasn't.
No, but people were. They're saying, hey, he's got to earn that spot. He's got to earn all these at-bats. He's not doing it right now. And, it takes 2 to tango. You can't get mad at Buster and Vitello and Manassian. They're just doing what's best for the team. Well, what's best for the team right now is playing this guy every single day. It's not even close.
So it's best for everyone. I mean, he's clearly giving you either the second or third best at-bat on the team, at minimum. If Casey's 1 and Devers is 2 right now, Eldridge is 3. And look, I know Jung Hoo Lee just came back, so obviously he had a great day yesterday. But, the at-bat quality is so obvious. I mean, yesterday, you go Schmitt leading off. Don't love that, but whatever, that's fine. Devers in the 2-hole, Arise, Adames. See, to me, I think I'd bat him in that 5 spot. As great as Jung Hoo Lee was yesterday, I don't want Matt Chapman batting in front of Eldridge right now. I want Eldridge in front of those guys. I'd like to see Jung Hoo Lee somewhere higher in the lineup, preferably, so that he can run in front of Eldridge hitting the ball. So I think that they look really good yesterday. And then you saw Barracoto come into the game late, made a really nice play defensively, Susak starting. And then, you got an opportunity to see Cox pinch hit yesterday, and really pinch ran first, and you saw the speed going first to third and then scoring. And then you see him get his first base league knock in the 9th inning and showcasing the speed as well. That guy getting called up from AA, that's unique. I'm here for it. I'd rather see these young guys struggle than see these 4A randos,
right?
Get these opportunities. I'm tired of the 4A randos.
And I think Giants fans are. They're just tired of a team that's not going anywhere this season and falling on the sword for a lot of these older guys that I think most of the fans could agree upon. We want to move off these contracts. So if they're not going to, at the very least, can we see the young guys play a lot more consistently? And I don't really give a damn if I'm a fan about the feelings of, the hard feelings of an Adames, a Devers, a Chapman. If these guys aren't going to produce, hey, you guys are, dug your own hole here. You're 10-plus games on. You were flirting with Joe heading into today. We were talking about yesterday. There's a scenario where we opened up today's show talking about the worst team in baseball. The worst team in baseball is almost the San Francisco Giants. Now, they're still at the bottom of the National League. Only the Rockies are worse than them. 23-36 is this team's record right now. And I know people are probably going to be texting in. It's like, wow, you guys aren't going to just gloss over the fact that you lost 2 or 3 in Colorado. This team stinks. Well, yeah. But I'm not here to put lipstick on a pig and tell you this thing is good right now. I'm just telling you you're in agreement, I liked what I saw yesterday.
Yesterday's the blueprint for me moving forward. It was just, I don't care about the results per se. I care about who's playing, how often they're playing, what it looks like when they're playing, and who's getting the opportunities. That, to me, I've pivoted. I've given up on worrying about wild card and all that. Now it's like development time for me. I don't want to hear this team talk about we're chasing wins. Yeah. We're trying to scrape back into it. Like, you've had your chance. It's 2 months. And I'm not sold on you right now. Look, Robbie Ray. Is Robbie Ray considered one of your better players?
He is.
Yeah, yesterday was another example of him not looking so great.
No.
So even if you want to make this argument that this team is going somewhere, like, their bullpen is shoddy, their starting rotation has holes in it. Logan Webb looked great on Friday, and what did you end up doing? You blew that game.
Yikes.
Let's go back to Friday.
Yeah, can we please?
Let's go back to Friday. Logan Webb looked great in his return. I thought he was awesome. That's the best he's looked since the USA game. Would you agree?
I would agree. I kept telling Sam on Friday, did a hell of a job filling in for you. Hope you're feeling better, by the way.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned. But no, I was like, hey, dude, he has a really good record at Coors Field overall. Mm-hmm. Like 3.6 ERA for a guy that pitches in the division there. That might as well be a 2.6 at other parks. Yes, it was one of his best starts given the circumstances coming off the injury, Joe.
And he went 4 1/3.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So like, and I'm not mad that he went 4 1/3. I think that they took him out at the appropriate time because he is coming back from an injury. But he went 4 1/3. And so in that game, I'm watching it, and I had some health stuff on Friday, so I apologize for those I was out. No, it's just a lot of stuff going inside the chest. Anyway.
I was scared.
They go straight to Matt Gage, which I thought that was the right move. Matt Gage gets you out of the inning, all right? Then they go Peguero. Then they go Eric Miller. I thought Eric Miller was struggling to throw strikes. You'd look at the box score and you go, oh, he went an inning, he had a strikeout, he gave up a hit. I thought it was uglier than it looked regarding the box score.
Lasted an inning.
Then you go to Keaton Wynn. And you got a multi-run lead in the 9th, and you go Killian in the 9th. Now, first batter hits a ball down the line. I have a tough time knowing how hard Rafi Devers broke on that ball because they never give you the wide-angle view of when the ball is pitched and then immediately hit. We kind of always get that cutaway view. Yeah. All right? So when you tell young first baseman, if there's an out to be had, you run and go get it. You sprint to go get that ball. So it's tough for me to know how hard he broke on that ball, whether he did or didn't. But that ball hits the bag. It's going to be an out. It hits the bag and bounces to the right as Killian is coming over to like cover, and Devers is coming over to field the ball, and it's no man's land, and you give up a hit to start the inning. And I turn, and I say to my son, uh-oh. This is one of those bad omens. It's Coors Field.
Did LJ respond?
No, he had no idea. He wanted me to keep pitching, foam balls to him.
Like, hurry up, Dad.
But I could feel that they were going to blow that lead. And I know that sounds insane. It's not even a knock on Killian. It's just the Coors Field history.
You've seen it. You've seen this movie 1,000 times.
Especially this year.
Correct.
And so
I felt the same way.
Yep.
You felt the same way.
As soon as that ball hit the bag, I was like, oh, man, I've seen this episode so many times.
Sam was scared the entire day leading up to it because of Coors Field.
Well, it's Coors Field. Any Giants fan who knows.
100% agree. And so as that inning is playing itself out, you're thinking, oh, God. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking the entire time. I'm expecting the worst to happen. And I'm telling you this right now. It's not even a knock on Killian. I like Killian. Is he a closer? Probably not.
Probably not.
But again, I'm telling you who they used in this game. They used their lefty and Matt Gage right off the rip because Logan only went 4 1/3. They go to Peguero, who ends up hurting his hammy yesterday. And that reminded me of Armando Benitez. They go to Eric Miller, their other lefty. They go to Keaton Wynn, who's been one of your more reliable relievers. And then they go to Killian. All right? So this is all playing out before we even get to the ninth. So Killian's in the ninth. You get that single down the line, the ball goes off the line. Freeman gets a single. You get the next out in a fly out, all right? And then next dude hits an absolute moonshot down the line. It's like you're like, oh, that's hit too high. Can that turn?
Is it too high? Can that turn? That's so, they're down so bad.
Can we go down? Like, he ties it up, and they're in those baby blue and purple jerseys, which don't make sense to me. Are they Nuggets jerseys? I'm not even sure.
I don't know what
those
they're
jerseys?
doing. I like their old ones where they had like the green. The green. It was cool.
Yeah, I like those ones too.
It was Hunter Goodman, by the way, at the home run.
So we
there.
review it, and I'm not mad at them reviewing it because I probably would have reviewed it. It takes forever. It's like, yeah, that's clearly a home run.
Yeah.
Then you get the next guy to strike out swinging, and then you get another single. And look, maybe at that point, you go to someone else in the bullpen. They don't. Tovar comes up.
Night.
Game over. And the immediate reaction from Giants fans all over my timeline is, why did they stick with Killian?
Who else?
Guys.
Brubaker?
Baraki?
Gone, by the way.
Henches? People were like, just go to Henches in that situation.
We don't even know how to say his name as a fan base correctly.
Henches. He has four appearances this year, or up until that point. At 4 appearances. He has a career almost 4.5 ERA. What are we, 29-year-old journeyman? What? Like, guys, if I'm here for, like, critiquing the team, I'm here for critiquing the Buster, I'm here for critiquing specific moments for the manager. Who did you want him to go to? Like, I'm serious, Joe.
I know.
Who did you want? To me, that loss was on Buster and Manasian in the offseason. That's what that was. Like, who did you want him to go to? Am I wrong on this?
No, you're not. Well, it's the construction of this roster, and it's limiting Tony Vitello right now. And obviously, we haven't even talked about, the story that started there was on Friday, Hector Borg reassigned.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Ron Wotus
I feel
taking
bad
over
for him on an individual basis. It's completely the right move.
It is.
And Ron Wotus brought out the scorecard yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. He was the one that exchanged scorecards, looking for some, good juju. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Like, it needed to happen.
Well, you know what else needed to happen, and hopefully it was a wake-up call Saturday night after that loss of the series to the Rockies, and 888-957-9570. Felt like Tony Vitello, for the first time all season, legitimately called out his team.
He should have.
In the effort.
Saturday, they got knocked out early, and they gave up. I watched Willie Adames and Schmitt, too, and I love Schmitt. They both kind of gave up on a blooper fly.
Yeah.
And I said, Tony, and this is where I want to tell Tony this. Tony, you're either going to make it or break it by being yourself. If you've got some fire in you and you got to call guys out, so be it. This is your career on the line. If you want to be a big league manager or not, you need to call it like you see it, and you need to have the gumption to be able to light a fire under people and hold them accountable. And if you're pretending to be friends with people and you're worried about feelings, you're never going to succeed. You have got to be yourself. And so for him to finally call this team out Saturday night, and look, they responded in one game against the Rockies in Colorado. I'm not pretending like it's the end-all, be-all, but I think he needs to be himself. And if he's got to call guys out and sit them and do whatever, so be it. The young guys right now are outperforming the veterans. Devers had a great month. Whatever you guys have done with Devers, stick with it. Adames has had a really rough weekend in general. The Grand Slam was a great moment for him. He needed that. But you got to just call it like you see it. Now, I want him to manage the way that he managed in college. Now, I know the personalities are different. Guys are making money. But you got to be yourself. That's how you're going to win.
I'm glad you brought up the college aspect, because it's hard not to think about Tony Vitello this time of year, when the College World Series and all the playoff stuff is happening. Got the softball obviously happening. Hell, shout out St. Mary's team, right? The men's side, upsetting #1 overall seed UCLA. Incredible stuff. Twice.
And UCLA barely won the other game in between, where they had to fight back. What was it? I thought the college baseball weekend was better than the NCAA basketball weekend.
It was incredible. It was actually an underrated sports weekend. I know you can't really say it's underrated when we had a Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals between the defending champion, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Thank you, Giants, for making the other game very unwatchable, so I could just watch Spurs OKC.
That's exactly what I did too. It's just like, okay, we have dual screen and we're fully on Mike Tirico, Reggie Miller, and Jamal Crawford as the San Antonio Spurs will be taking on the New York Knicks June 3rd, Wednesday, game 1 of the NBA Finals, Joey. Can't wait for that. It's going to be very exciting, and it's a rematch of a series that took place 27 years ago, 1999, the last time that finals matchup happened. But I mentioned the college baseball aspect of it because we're going to have a guy that knows all things Tennessee college baseball as they got eliminated over the weekend. Tony Vitello's old squad to VCU. Tony Basilio of Tony Basilio Show on 105.7 FM in Knoxville, who joined us when the Giants first made that announcement that they were going to hire Tony Vitello. Tony Basilio knows him very well.
I don't know if I follow all these college SEC baseball accounts now because my nephew's playing down there.
Well, no, I know the Arkansas for sure.
And they got knocked out, Arkansas.
Oh, was that a big upset?
Huge upset. And so, I mean, they didn't make it out of the Kansas Regional. And what ends up happening now, who do you think Arkansas fans want to coach their team? Tony Vitello.
Really?
I'm seeing the memes all over the place. Come home, come home.
Oh, he has a history there.
He has a history with Arkansas.
So now the chatter's going to get even louder.
He's a Missouri guy.
And you don't think that the Tennessee Volunteer fans are feeling that way? Immediately, I'm sure they are.
100%.
So we're going to talk to Tony Basilio about all that. If he thinks Tony Vitello could potentially be one and done with the Giants this season, that's going to be at 7:20. And as I mentioned, we had some NBA Finals to look at. Chet Holmgren with a series to forget. Yikes. Could he be on the trade block potentially? And there's a lot of different machinations with the Spurs, the Thunder. How do the Warriors fit into that? If they're trying to move some pieces, we'll get into all that, Joey.
And I think on the other side, we have got to dissect the weekend that was for Bryce Eldridge.
I mean, we've been talking about this kid for how long?
It was his arrival weekend. Mark it down. Final weekend in May against the Rockies. You guys can dilute it all you want. Rockies suck, Colorado, etc. The at-bats were incredible, and he was ripping the ball, and he would have had base hits in any ballpark in America. He probably would have had another home run. One of them got caught at the wall. Bryce is a superstar. He's here to stay, and every time that this guy is in the lineup, you need to watch. And every time he's not in the lineup, we should have pitchforks out.